In any application, you should be able to enter something into the app. And in this case, we're going to send something back to our user. They're going to send us something. We're going to send them back something. In the home.ejs page, we're going to create a form at the bottom. And a form allows us to input information and send it back to the server from the client. Enter your breakfast. Yeah, I'm just going to say breakfast. This is going to be a breakfast app. This app right here, you're going to enter your breakfast, and I'm going to yell your breakfast. I'm going to call this app Yell Your Breakfast. It's going to be the simplest app of all time. And right below this paragraph tag, I'm going to make a button with a type equals submit, and it's going to say submit. Now, all this is doing right here is it's allowing a user to enter in their breakfast. If I were to stop the server by hitting Control-C and run it again and preview the running application and refresh, I should see a little area to enter my breakfast, bacon and eggs. And when I click submit, let's see what happens. Ready? The text goes away, but nothing happened, huh? Why not? Have we told that data where to go yet? Nope. So that's next. You'll notice every time I click submit though, it went to go get the home page again. It keeps getting it and running that same function, but that's it. Now to get it to submit, we first of all have to give this input a name. I'm going to say name equals breakfast. And inside this form, we need to give it a new kind of method. That method is going to be called post. When someone tries to get the home page of your app, you send them HTML. When they try to post, it means they're trying to send information to your app. Like if you post a status update on Facebook, or if you post a tweet to Twitter, or if you post a picture to Instagram, posting means you're sending data to the server for the server to do something with it. In our case, we just want to post. We want to send a post request. Woo! Let's see if it works. Stop the server, run it again, refresh your page. Let's see if we can yell our breakfast now. You ready? Bacon and eggs. Let's click submit. Uh-oh, what happened? We've seen this error before somewhere. When did we first see an error like this? What did we have to do to fix that error? App.get. What do you think we have to do next to fix this error on my server.js? App.post to the home page. We're going to give it a function that takes the request and the response. And now in here, we want to send back a page with the yelled breakfast on it. Okay, cool. But how do I get that data? How do I get access to that data that the user inputted in there? We can't document.getElement by ID anymore because this code lives on the server. You can think of it like this. We have our client, our MacBook Pro, okay? With a bunch of keyboards here. This is the worst computer of all time, sorry. And we are sending information to our server. This is my version of a server. I give it a little antenna because I can. Here's our server, and we want our server to send back information. But how do we find the info that someone sent right here? They send it in the body of their, this is the request, and this is our response back. The only way is we have to take the body of the request and we have to look through it. We need to parse the body. And the way to do that is we need a new package. This package is called body parser. What do you know? And also, by the way, look at this. Look at when we tried to post. What did our logger tell us? What kind of error did we get? 404 error, not found. Not found. Now I want you to stop the server in here. And I want you to run npm install -- save body - parser. npm install -- save body - parser. This is going to allow us to parse the body of their request and get their information from the input. If you don't do this, you cannot get their info. Hit save. And then at the very top of your server.js file, you need to require var body P parser equals require body - parser. All my students mess this up. So don't forget that it's body - parser and the variable is called body P parser. Just as a heads up. And then there's only 2 more things we have to do to get this working. Now, every time we require one of these packages, we're loading everything in the package into a variable. But then we also have to use everything in that variable to get it working in our application. So right below here, right before we log everything, we're going to say app.use body parser.json, which means we want to take all of the body of our app, of every request as JSON. This will give the server access to the user input. And then when you say app.use body parser.url encoded, it's a function that takes an object that says extended is false. Oh my God, that was so much stuff. I don't even again, don't even worry too much about what both of these do. For the first 20 times I built apps, I kept looking this up because I always forgot. I don't expect you to memorize any of this at all, just so you know. Just be able to use it when you build your apps. Is that cool? Yes, no? Cool. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to touch a view/results.ejs. So now you should have a results.ejs page inside your views folder. Open it up. Well, not yet, don't open it up, but. And now we should be ready to go. Now what this allows us to do, what body parser allows us to do, is anytime we take in the request and the response, we can now say request.body and get whatever the user passed into the input by looking at whatever we named the input. What did we name the input here? We named it breakfast. So all we need to do is say request.body.breakfast, and we will get whatever they put in here. Don't believe me? In your post thing, say console.log request.body.breakfast. Save it, start up your app, refresh the page, and bacon and eggs, submit. Now it's just going to load forever because we never sent back another HTML file. But if you look back in your app, check out what I got right there. What's in the console? What's in the terminal? Bacon and eggs. Cool. So to finish up our app, we just type in response.render, the results.ejs page, and then our second argument is a object that says all the data that page should have should be the request.body.breakfast, which we're just going to store in a variable called breakfast. For breakfast equals request.body.breakfast, and then our data is going to be the breakfast. So we're going to be serving up this results.ejs page, which means that we should go in there and tell the results.ejs page to render the data, the variable that we just stored the request.body.breakfast in. To do that, this part's a little funky. They're called EJS tags. Don't worry too much if you don't understand them. I'm going to paste all this into Slack in a second, and we're going to talk about it forever. Cool? In your results.ejs page, I'm going to stop the server. I'm going to save this server.js file. I'm going to go to the results.ejs, and I'm going to use these little funky HTML tags that you have never seen before. Then I'm going to say data.toUpperCase.plus 3 exclamation points. This little percentage sign right here, these percentage signs, these are EJS tags. This allows us to insert JavaScript into our HTML. Which is great. Because now I can just throw all of this inside an H1 tag, and I can yell my breakfast. And then I have a fully functional working application that yells breakfast. Let's just make that an H3 actually, so it's smaller, we can see the difference. And once you do that, start your server, type in your breakfast, and see what comes up. If you get a response, you have a working application. If you didn't, you need to do a little bit of debugging. That's your first Node Express app. If you get it working, congratulations. I'm going to paste all this code into Slack, and I'll come around and help you troubleshoot right now.